Hey, what's going on everybody? It's ETAPRIME back here again. This is going to be a quick one, but I just kind of wanted to get everybody's thoughts on the upcoming Retroid Pocket 3 Plus. Now, if you're not familiar with this, it's an upgraded version, obviously, of the Retroid Pocket 3, which I actually really happen to like. It's a great little handheld. I mean, it's not the most powerful unit on the market, but yeah, I mean, for the price and what it can do, I really do like it. One of the main things I use it for is PC game streaming, but as of making this video, the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus is up for pre-order over on Retroid's website. I'll leave a link in the description. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to go over this thing and see if anybody's really interested in picking up an upgraded version. Now, the first thing I'd like to mention here, and something I always like seeing, is they will be offering an RP3 Plus upgrade PCB. This will fit in your Retroid Pocket 3, and it'll give you that new CPU and more RAM. And if you're interested in changing the color out, they're offering a shell and buttons, so just keep that in mind. The upgraded PCB is $85, so you will be saving some money upgrading the Pocket 3 that you own right now. And speaking of that new CPU and RAM, instead of the T310 with the new RP3 Plus, we're getting the Unisoc T618. Now, we've actually seen this in a lot of tablets in 2021 and 2022. Even Samsung is using one in one of their lower-end tablets. But this will offer a meaningful upgrade in performance when we compare it to the Unisoc T310 and the Retroid Pocket 3. With this, we get 8 cores instead of 4, 2 A75 cores at 2 GHz, and 6 A55 cores at 2 GHz. And instead of using the lower-end PowerVR GPU, we've got the Mali G52 MC2 up to 850 MHz. Now, this isn't like going to the Snapdragon 888, but it will offer a nice bump in performance over the T310. And with this new chipset, we're also getting a couple other upgrades, like we're getting a little more RAM here, bumping it up to 4 instead of 3, and remember the RP3 also had a 2GB version, 128GB of internal storage, and faster DDR4 RAM. This is going to be running at 1,866 MHz, offering a 40% speed increase over the RP3's RAM. We're also going to be getting a little bigger battery coming in at 4,500 mAh instead of 4,000 in the RP3, so if you do the upgraded PCB, just keep in mind you might get a little less battery life out of it. And finally here for the changes, they're offering 2 extra color variants. We get the clear purple or the clear blue, and I'll definitely be getting my hands on one once it's released to take a look at it on the channel, so stay tuned if you're interested in it. When it comes to emulation performance on this new chip, it will be offering better performance than the T310 and the RP3, but like I mentioned, it's not like we're going to be upgrading to a Snapdragon 888 from that older chip. In fact, we've seen this chip before in a lot of different tablets, but mainly we've seen it in the Powkiddy X18S, which was a clamshell style handheld. I've got one right here, and to tell you the truth, I wasn't impressed with the performance that this thing was putting out. And I thought about doing some testing with this handheld just to show you what kind of performance the RP3 Plus is going to be putting out. But I really don't want to compare this handheld because the firmware on the X18S hasn't been upgraded since January 2022, and there weren't a lot of optimizations when it comes to gaming. I'm sure that Retroid will offer some more optimizations to get a little better performance out of it. And in fact, if you go over to their YouTube channel right now, I'll leave a link in the description. They're running a bunch of different emulators on this handheld, and it looks really promising. Now, again, you kind of do have to take this with a grain of salt, given that it's the company selling the unit, putting those videos out. But from what I've seen so far, not bad at all. Even some PS2 games will be pretty playable on this device. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this one, but you know, one thing that kind of gets me here is the release window is so close to the RP3. I mean, within 2 months, they've got the RP3 Plus out, but you know, if you take a look at all of these handhelds on the market, that's exactly how it's working. I mean, basically with any kind of tech, faster devices are released every month, and it's really no different when it comes to the handheld market. But yeah, price on this, $149. I'd like to know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you going to stick with what you got? Did you pick up a Retroid Pocket 3 on launch and you just don't want to have to fork out any money for a little bit of an upgraded version? Let me know your thoughts down below, and if you're interested in picking one of these up, I'll leave some links in the description. But that's it for this one. And like always, thanks for watching.